What if the most explosive power in the universe wasn't outside of you, in the cosmos, or in the atom, but coiled deep within your own body, waiting? What if the very force you've been taught to either indulge without thought or repress with shame is, in fact, the master key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted? I'm not talking about pleasure. Pleasure is a shadow on the wall, a fleeting echo of the real thing. I'm talking about power, a raw, untamed, creative force that can build empires, create masterpieces, and force a man's soul into something divine. We've been sold a lie, a grand, distracting, and soul-awakening lie. We've been told that our deepest, most primal urges is a simple itch to be scratched, a biological function to be fulfilled, a momentary release to be chased in the dark. Society, in its endless chatter, has reduced the sacred fire of creation into the cheap thrill of consumption. It has taught you to spend your life force, your very essence, for a few seconds of forgetfulness. It has conditioned you to be a leaky vessel, constantly draining the very energy that could fuel your ascent to greatness. And so, you chase, you swipe, you watch, you seek, always looking for the next hit, the next release, the next empty promise of satisfaction. And with every release, you give away a piece of your power. You dilute your focus. You trade your ambition for apathy, your vitality for lethargy, your inner fire for a dying ember. You become a ghost in your own life, haunted by the man you could have been. But what if there was another way? What if, for 100 days, you decided to stop spending? What if you chose to retain? This isn't about celibacy in the way religion has taught it, a path of denial, guilt, and repression. This is about transmutation, an ancient alchemical secret known to the titans of history, the inventors, the visionaries, the leaders. Napoleon Hill, in his timeless quest to decode the anatomy of success, stumbled upon this profound truth. He saw a common thread running through the lives of the most powerful men he studied. They had all learned to master the art of sexual transmutation. They understood that the energy of creation, the very force that can create another human being, is far too potent, far too sacred, to be wasted on trivial pursuits. They learned to harness this roaring river of internal energy and redirect it. They didn't dam the river, they built channels. They diverted its immense power away from the fleeting release of the physical and into the enduring creation of the mental, the financial, the spiritual. This is the journey we are about to embark on. Not a journey of deprivation, but a journey of redirection. A journey into the heart of your own power. A 100-day pilgrimage to reclaim the life force you've been unconsciously giving away. This is not about becoming less of a man. It's about becoming more of what you were always meant to be. The question is not whether you can do it. The question is, are you brave enough to face the man you will become when you do? The world, as you know it, is designed to keep you distracted and drained. Every notification, every advertisement, every piece of media is engineered to hook into your most primal drives, to keep you in a state of constant, low-grade arousal and dissatisfaction. It's a system that thrives on your weakness, that profits from your lack of discipline. The constant pursuit of pleasure becomes a cycle of addiction, a feedback loop of dopamine that promises fulfillment but delivers only emptiness. You scroll through images of manufactured perfection, you engage with fantasies that are not your own, and you seek validation from strangers in a digital coliseum. Each act is a small expenditure of your vital energy. It's a slow leak, a subtle draining of your will, your focus, your personal magnetism. You wonder why you feel so tired, so unmotivated, so unable to break free from the patterns that hold you back. You wonder why your goals seem so distant, why your dreams feel like they belong to someone else. It's because your creative essence, the very fuel for your ambition, is being siphoned off, drop by precious drop. This is the shadow side of unharnessed sexual energy. When this potent force is not consciously directed, it doesn't simply disappear. It festers. It turns inward, becoming anxiety, or outward, becoming aggression. It manifests as compulsion, addiction, a desperate, and intense search for something to fill the void. The man who is a slave to his impulses is a man in chains, even if he walks in a world that calls him free. He is driven not by purpose, but by appetite. His mind is a chaotic storm of fleeting desires. His focus is shattered, and his presence is weak. He walks into a room, and he is not truly there. He is a phantom, his energy scattered across a dozen different fantasies and regrets. He speaks, but his words lack weight, for they are not backed by the full force of his being. He tries to build, but his foundations are made of sand, because he lacks the unwavering discipline that comes from inner mastery. This is the state of the modern man, powerful in potential, but in potential, downing in a sea of stimulation, while dying of spiritual thirst. The journey of transmutation begins with a single, powerful decision, the decision to stop the leak. It is a declaration of sovereignty over your own body, your own mind, your own energy. The first few days, even the first few weeks, are a battle against years, perhaps decades, of conditioning. The body, accustomed to a regular pattern of release, will cry out. The mind, trained to seek distraction and immediate gratification, will rebel. This is the first great test. This is where you meet your inner demons face to face. The cravings, the urges, the rationalizations, they will rise up from the abyss of your subconscious like a tidal wave. They are the gatekeepers. They are the sum of your weaknesses, your insecurities, your ingrained habits. To succumb to them is to remain a prisoner. To face them, to observe them without judgment, and to stand your ground. This is the first act of true power. This is not repression. Repression is pushing the energy down, pretending it doesn't exist. This creates a pressure cooker inside the soul, leading to neurosis, shame, and eventual explosion in unhealthy ways. Transmutation is different. It is an act of conscious engagement. You acknowledge the fire, you feel its heat, you respect its power. But instead of letting it burn you, you become its master. You stand in the center of the inferno, and you begin to channel its flames upward. You take that raw, chaotic, primal energy, and you give it a new purpose. This is the alchemy. The lead of raw lust is transformed into the gold of creative genius. As the days turn into weeks, something profound begins to shift. The mental fog starts to lift. The constant chatter in your mind, the endless loop of desires and anxieties begins to quiet down. In its place, a new kind of clarity emerges. You start to see the world and yourself with new eyes. Your thoughts become sharper, more focused. Problems that once seemed insurmountable now appear as simple challenges, waiting for a solution. You find that your ability to concentrate deepens. You can sit with a task for hours, fully immersed in a state of flow that was previously inaccessible. This is the first gift of transmutation. the gift of a clear and powerful mind. Your energy, no longer being wasted through the lower chakras, begins to rise, energizing your brain, fueling your intellect, and unlocking new levels of creativity. Ideas begin to flow to you effortlessly. Solutions appear in your mind as if from nowhere. You are no longer just a consumer of reality. You are becoming its co-creator. And then you notice the change in your interactions with the world. People begin to look at you differently. There is a new weight to your presence, a new resonance in your voice. This is not arrogance or ego. It is a quiet confidence, an unshakable centeredness that radiates from your very being. This is what the ancients called magnetism. When a man is full of his own life force, he becomes a magnetic center. People are naturally drawn to him. Men respect him, women are attracted to his energy, not just his physical appearance. It's because he is whole. He is not needy. He is not seeking validation or energy from others. Because he is overflowing with his own. He walks into a room and the energy shifts. He speaks and people listen. He looks someone in the eye and they feel seen. They feel the depth of his soul. This is the power of a man who is not at war with himself, a man whose inner energies are aligned and directed toward a single purpose. He exudes an aura of control, of discipline, of power held in reserve, and the world, in its silent wisdom, always responds to true power. This journey, this alchemical process, is the very core of what we explore here together. It's a path less traveled, a conversation often silenced by shame or ridicule. But for those who are ready to listen, for those who feel a calling for something more than the superficial life they've been sold, this is a sanctuary. This is a forge for the soul. If what I'm saying resonates with you, if you feel that flicker of recognition deep within your spirit, then this is not an accident. You were guided here for a reason. This journey is not meant to be walked alone. It requires guidance, support, and the shared wisdom of those who are on the same path. To ensure you don't miss a single step of this transformative exploration, and to join a tribe of men who are committed to reclaiming their power, I invite you now to subscribe to this channel and, most importantly, to activate the notification bell. By doing so, you are not just subscribing to a channel, you are making a pact with yourself. You are planting a flag and declaring that you are ready to begin the most important work of your life. You are ensuring that these messages, these reminders of your inherent power, will find you when you need them most, especially on the days when the old you tries to pull you back. So take a moment, click that bell. It's a small act, but it's a powerful signal to the universe and to yourself that you are all in. As you cross the threshold of the first 30, then 40, then 50 days, you will be forced to confront your shadow. This is the part of the journey that most men avoid, and it is why so few ever taste true freedom. Your shadow is the repository of all the parts of yourself that you have disowned, repressed, and judged, your insecurities, your fears, your unprocessed traumas, your hidden shames. When you are constantly chasing release, you are, in effect, running from your shadow. The momentary pleasure is a drug that numbs you to your own inner pain. It's a temporary escape from the void within. But when you stop running, when you stand still and retain your energy, the shadow has nowhere to go. It will emerge from the depths. You will find yourself confronted with profound loneliness, not the absence of people, but a deep existential lack. This loneliness is a message. It's your soul telling you that you have abandoned yourself. You have been seeking connection in all the wrong places, looking for women or fleeting encounters to fill a space that only you can occupy. The retained energy will amplify this feeling, forcing you to sit with it, to understand it, to finally turn inward and begin the process of true self-love and self-validation. You will experience waves of inexplicable anger or sadness. These are not random moods. They are old, trapped emotions rising to the surface to be healed. The energy you are cultivating is a powerful solvent, dissolving the emotional blockages that have been holding you back for years. Instead of being frightened by these emotions, you learn to welcome them as messengers. You ask them, "What are you here to teach me? What wound are you revealing?" This is the work of the inner warrior, not to slay dragons, but to face the darkness within himself with courage and compassion. You will also have to face your projections. You will see how you have projected your own unfulfilled desires, your own need for validation, your own hidden power onto others, especially women. You have made them into goddesses or demons, saviors or destroyers, because you were unwilling to own those same qualities within yourself. Retaining your seed, your creative essence, forces you to take back your projections. It forces you to see others not as objects to fulfill your needs, but as sovereign beings on their own journey. And in doing so, it forces you to find the goddess, the savior, the power within your own soul. This is a profound shift in consciousness. It is the beginning of true emotional maturity. You stop being a boy looking for a mother in every lover, and you start becoming a man capable of meeting the world from a place of wholeness and strength. The journey to 100 days is a microcosm of the hero's journey. There will be trials, there will be trials, there will be temptations. The siren call of all habits will be deafening at times. You will be tested, you will be tested. You will have moments of doubt, where you wonder if it's all worth it. You will see the world around you indulging, and you will feel like an outsider. This is the abyss. This is the abyss. This is the abyss. This is the moment where you must choose. Do you fall back into the comfortable sleep of the masses, or do you push forward into the unknown, guided only by the flame of your own intention? It is in this abyss that your character is forged. It is here that you learn that discipline is not a punishment, but the highest form of self-love. It is the ultimate expression of faith in your future self. Every time you say no to a momentary impulse, you are casting a vote for the man you are becoming. You are literally rewiring your brain, carving new neural pathways of self-control and willpower. You are not just retaining semen. You are retaining your power, your focus, your very soul. And then, as you approach the final stretch, something magical happens. The struggle ceases to be a struggle. The discipline becomes effortless. It is no longer something you do. It is something you are. You have integrated the lesson. You have passed the test. The energy that once felt like a wild, untamable stallion now feels like a part of you, a powerful and obedient force that responds to your every command. This is the state of mastery. From this new vantage point, you look back at your old self, the man who was a slave to his impulses, and you feel a sense of compassion, but also a great distance. It feels like another lifetime. The benefits now are no longer just mental or emotional. They are spiritual. You begin to experience a deeper connection to life itself. You feel a sense of purpose, a clarity about why you are here. Your intuition becomes incredibly sharp. You just know things. You know which decisions to make, which people to trust, which path to take. This is because your life force energy, your kundalini, is now flowing freely through your system, awakening your higher spiritual centers. You experience moments of profound peace, of oneness with the universe. You realize that the kingdom of heaven is truly within. The external world, with its frantic chase for money, fame, and pleasure, seems like a child's game. You are playing a different game now. The infinite game. The infinite game. The game of self-realization. The 100-day mark is not a finish line. It is a gateway. It is the proof of concept. It is your initiation into a new way of being. You have proven to yourself that you are the master of your own vessel. You have tasted the power that comes from within, and you can never go back to being satisfied with the scraps the world throws at you. You have learned the greatest secret, that the creative power of the universe flows through you, and that by mastering its expression, you can shape your reality according to your will. The man who has mastered this energy is a force of nature. He is not the one who denies his sexuality. The man who denies it is ill afraid of it. He is ill controlled by it in its absence. No. The true master is the one who has faced the dragon of his own desire, looked it in the eye, and integrated its power. He is not afraid of the fire because he has become the fire. His sexuality is not a compulsive need, but a conscious choice. When he chooses to share that energy with a partner, it is not an act of desperation or neediness, but a sacred act of creation, a conscious exchange between two whole beings. He can create life, or he can channel that same energy into creating his life's work. The choice is his. He is a king in his own right, ruling over the kingdom of his inner world. This is the ultimate promise of transmutation. It is not about becoming superhuman, but about becoming fully human. It's about reclaiming the power, the vitality, the clarity, and the spiritual connection that is your birthright. The energy coursing through your veins right now is not a curse or a distraction. It is a gift. It is liquid gold. It is the raw material of your dreams. For 100 days, you are asked to become an alchemist, to take this raw material and to forge from it a new life, a new identity, a new destiny, to stop being a passive consumer of reality and to become its active creator. The journey will ask everything of you. It will demand your courage, your discipline, your unwavering commitment. But what it offers in return is immeasurable. It offers you the key to your own kingdom. It offers you yourself, the real you, the powerful, centered, and magnificent being that has been waiting patiently behind the veil of your distractions and addictions. The fire is within you. The choice is yours. Will you let it consume you, or will you use it to light up the world? Your 100-day journey begins now.